All right, we are joined by Lilian Maingi right here. She's in Nairobi. And even as we listen to Lily Maingi, you also can text in and tell us how you're coping with the pandemic and with the partial lockdown. 22047 is the SMS line, and at TV47KE on Twitter and on Facebook. Morning, Maingi. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
All right. You're up so early, right?
Yes, I'm a night owl, so mornings are really not for me, but it's good to be here.
All right. How are you coping really? I mean, this cannot be easy for you. I know as somebody who is always on the move as a business person, how are you coping?
It's not easy, you know. I'm a business person, plus I'm in the events industry, so everything is shut down for us. But we have to just, adjust to the circumstances that we face. There's nothing we can do about it. So you make the best out of it. You learn a new skill, try a new language if you can. There are apps for that. So you just manage because, you can't fight what is uncontrollable.
Yeah, you have to deal with it. All right, you're going to share a bit of your secret, but just before you go on with that, there is so much information that's flying on social media, on WhatsApp group, blogs and vlogs. What do you think about all this?
Well, I think first there's too much coming in, and since everybody's at home, there's also a lot of idle time. So you find people are putting out videos on YouTube, people are blogging about things, a lot of conspiracy theories. So, there's a lot of information out there, some which are true, some which aren't. Of course, Twitter is a buzz with all these figures, numbers, none that probably have been verified. So there's a lot for someone to consume. And I'm thinking, about the ones who cannot actually discern for themselves what is right and what is just wrong. What are the people who just see what is written online and think it's the gospel truth? So and with that, there's a lot of anxiety being caused. So I think people should just unplug from all this TV and internet and just try and see for yourself what is true.
Right.
Yeah.
But Lily, it becomes a bit difficult when it's now a leader, we believe leaders have information from inside. When it gets to now a point where a leader is, saying one thing and then another leader says that is false. How risky is this?
It is very risky. Because I think for a mature, sane leader, to post something, they should be coming from a level of truth or some sort of background.
Right.
For him to be, for a leader to be discredited on something he had shared online shows that there are two sides to the coin. So who can we trust?
Right. Yeah.
Full leader who posted something that was untruthful, or he posted something that was true and it's not going well with others. So, and you see, for leaders, they need to be very careful what they're putting out there or how they are having their disputes online,
Right.
So if you're a leader, you have to check with authorities as well, just to know whether your post is acceptable to avoid any takebacks on it. You can't retract your words once you've stated them. So you have to be very careful at the first instance of what you said in the first place.
Right. And as a Kenyan who is a consumer of this and probably who is looking for the truth from your leaders, how did this affect you? How do you think it affects you plus other Kenyans who right now are hungry for information and accuracy?
It begs the question, who will we trust? If KJ, is that okay to say? He's my MP, and I saw his post and I saw the thread on Twitter and I was so afraid of the situation, and I was just wondering how dire is it? Just to hear that probably the information is not correct. We're now looking to leaders we can trust. At this very point, if you're not coming out for us to trust you, then there's a lot of panic, being caused. Because I think about I had calls with all my family members about that situation. Have you seen this? Have you seen that? They're saying this was the government saying that government is not speaking the truth. But you see, all this is just information flying around. So I think as a Kenyan, I want my government to be able to assure me and to be able to make me trust them.
Right. All right. And
there's lack of trust. Yeah, sorry.
Right. Thank you, Maingi. And one other thing, we have the issue of food. Most Kenyans are afraid that they may not be able to get food in their markets and in the supermarkets. And we've had Kenyans calling on the government to probably, well, first of all, be able to give free food to those who cannot afford, and also to distribute food and assure Kenyans that there'll be fair distribution of food from the farms or the sources to our shelves. What's your take on this?
You know, food is a very sensitive issue, Corazon, and it's sad that majority of Kenyans are the ones who live hand to mouth.
Right.
You know, the wage workers who have to go for work. They have to go to work to get their daily wage and probably put food on the table. So you can imagine you're telling these people the economy is bad as it is right now. And they are just asking, what are we going to do? So I'm afraid there's going to be unrest if the government does not figure out the food security for such people or for generally the people who need it the most. You know, I think we should have leaders mobilize and get together and put out packages for people who are not able to get it, because I have a day bag that I'm not bringing anymore, and she's a wage lady. So I'm wondering, what is she eating? You know, what is she having? And if the government does not do something about this, I'm afraid they're going to come for it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Did you see the uprising in Eldoret? No one is going to, you know, there's a Kikuyu saying that says you cannot, I'll just translate it. It says you cannot give stories to a hungry stomach. And then the leaders should get that. You know, you cannot start giving stories to someone who is not having food on the table. So if you're not going to do something about it, then it's going to be a bigger issue than the corona itself.
All right.
That's my take, yeah.
All right, thank you, Lily Maingi. And as we finish, kabisa, what is your secret? How are you coping? Most people are running mad in the house.
First, I have a 2-year-old who is keeping me very busy, but other than that, just movies, taking a good moment to just be quiet. You know, sometimes there's so much happening in the world. You're too busy doing too many things.
Yeah.
I'm taking this moment to just soak in and be quiet, have my me time.
Right.
I'm loving it, and I'm trying to make the best of it and the most of it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Lily, for joining us on TV47 Breakfast. Keep on tweeting. It's hashtag TV47 Breakfast on Twitter and on Facebook. That is Lily Maingi, the CEO and founder of Lily Black Swan. She does photography, videography, and classic events. Don't you forget to check her out as well. This is TV47 Breakfast. Lily says she's watching movies and just keeping calm and soaking in the beauty of being a mother. What are you doing to cope with this situation? Niambie, nambari ya SMS ni pale 2207 at TV47KE on Twitter and on Facebook as well. And about food distribution, we'll be joined by the CEO of Fresh Produce Consortium, Mr. Ojipleto Kisegere, to talk about this, so you can key in your questions as well. We're going to take a short break right here. Don't go too far.